if you are new here, then let me welcome you and remind you that all of my classes begin in a cross-legged seated position. So make your way into an easy pose with the hands resting on top of the knees, the heart is lifted, and this is just a beautiful gesture and a way to begin our yoga practice. Just finding comfort, sitting nice and tall, slowing down the breath, sealing the lips closed, breathing in and out the nose. And just take a moment to breathe intentionally and to notice your breath. Notice the sounds around you, if it's quiet, if there's any noise, if there's any inner noise. And then if you can refocus to the sound of your breath. Maybe lift the chin a little bit higher, or see if you can relax the shoulders a little bit more. Knowing that there's nowhere else you need to be right now. You can let go, you can arrive, you can be present with yourself for the next couple of minutes. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart, pressing the fingertips, the palms together. Thumbs pressing into the chest. And sense your own heartbeat. If you can feel that. Just finding a little bit of gratitude to be alive, to be connected, to be just here and now. We'll take a nice full inhale through the nose, nice and deep. And softly we'll exhale through the nose. Starting with a nice gentle stretch, let's bring the right hand to the left knee. Left hand will reach towards the back. You can stay on the fingertips if that feels good for you. And just gently peel that left shoulder back. Maybe the chin follows. Take a full breath in. And exhale, we'll actually lift the left hand towards the sky and start bending through the side body. Keep that left hip grounded. Take another inhale through the nose. And exhale, we'll bring the left hand on top of the right knee, making a bit of an X. Bring the chin to the chest. Starting to round in the upper body, melting and relaxing. Bring the right hand to release and towards the back. Opening up through the right this time. Inhale as you twist. And hold. Just exploring the range of your twist in the upper body. And when you're ready, let's lift the right hand towards the sky and again bending into the side body ever so gently, keeping that right hip on the ground so we're not leaning our weight too crazy, just nice and gentle. Full breath in. Exhale, right hand on top of the left knee. You round the upper body again, bringing the chin to the chest. Hold as you find one more inhale through the nose, breathing into the belly. And exhale, you soften. Very good. Reach the fingertips away and we'll circle the arms around and up as we breathe in. Palms will touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold again, hands to the chest. Noticing our breath. Knowing that the poses that we do and the movements that we do in our practice are to help us and to create a sense of safety, that we always want to find a place that feels good. So honor this time and the poses that will kind of melt into. Let's interlace the fingers. Let's reach the palms towards the sky. And we'll bend over to the right. Again, bending through the side body. Inhale back to center. Bending over to the left, opening through the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's reach the right arm across the body. Left hand will place on the elbow. Hold as you breathe in, and maybe you can bring the chin over to the right. We'll get a nice neck stretch. See if you can lift the heart a little bit taller so the hips are nice and light. Bring the head back to a neutral. Bring the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra, and we'll switch sides. Left hand reaches across, right hand mirrors the opposite side. I encourage you to kind of explore where you find your pose in a way that feels good for you right now. So maybe you bring the chin over to the left, maybe you don't. That's the beauty of yoga, is you get to decide. One more inhale as we hold. And exhale back to center, hands to heart. Very good. Let's bring our hands by our sides. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together so we come to Baddha Konasana, one of my favorite yoga poses. It's a great hip opener. Bringing the toes to touch. You can grab onto the toes, pulling the toes apart, and with a little bit of grace, just gently lower the knees down, opening up the hips a little bit deeper, a little bit more. And this pose is different for everyone. Everyone, can have their own, everyone has their own range of flexibility, so just honor and just be grateful for these gentle movements. Notice where the weight is kind of weighing down, and if you can, breathe into that space. Lift the chin towards the sky. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let's fold forward, just slightly lowering the heart down towards the ground and walking the hands forward. Deepening the stretch, you can walk the hands a little bit farther and explore that edge. And with the hands stretched away, maybe you can inhale, lift the chin. And exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Hold. And then start to walk the hands back. We'll extend only the right leg. We'll twist over to the left, right hand on top of the left knee. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. And again, we will bend, reaching the left hand towards the right toes. If you can, maybe you can grab the toes. That would be nice. And if you can't, that's nice too. Just explore, have fun. Don't take it so serious. And we'll go ahead, lift back to center, lower the left hand towards the ground, and we'll lift the hips off the ground. Pressing into the right toes, go ahead, lift the right hand towards the sky. And exhale, lower the hips back down. Inhale, both arms reach up, flex into the right foot. Make sure that left foot's engaging into your thigh. And melt forwards as you fold. Placing the hands somewhere that feels safe and good and supportive and loving. If you want to go deeper, there's always that option to progress. Just listen to your body, listen to your breath. Hold for one more. Inhale. And exhale, let's walk the hands back. Very good. Let's cross the right foot, or the left foot over the right knee. And we'll bring the body to twist to the left. So the right hand will reach over the left knee and we'll twist to the left. You can stay on the fingertips. Option to come into a bind. Maybe the right hand can come under the knee and you can find a bit of a bind. If that's too much, you know your limits. Just unwind. Find your space. And exhale, we'll come back to center. Very good. Hands behind you. Let's extend the left leg so it's nice and straight. We'll bend into the right leg. Bring the right foot, pressing it into your left thigh, your left inner thigh. And when you're ready, we'll twist over to the right. Left hand on top of the right knee. So many lefts and rights. First, let's make sure that our heart is lifted, that our chest is right on top of our hips. And then once you find that alignment, go ahead, bring your right hand up towards the sky and find your bend, find that stretch. See how deep you can get into the pose. Maybe you can find your foot. Where is it? There it is. Stay here for one more breath. Again, breathing in and out the nose. And when you're ready to release, bring your right hand behind you. Lift the hips off the ground. Use your strength to gently lift up. Left hand reaches towards the sky. Nice little gentle back bend. And with control, lower back down. Very good. Start bringing your heart to face your knee, and when you're ready, let's lift both arms up as we breathe in. And melt forwards into a fold. And this time, as I'm falling forward, feels nice to keep the palms facing the ceiling, the sky, the sun, above. Feels a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more open, a little softer. If that's in your deck of cards right now, I welcome you to try that out. Holding for one more inhale. And exhale, let's go ahead and walk the hands back. And again, what we do to one side, we always want to mirror to the other, so we find our own unique sense of balance. So let's cross the right foot over the left knee. And this time we're twisting the shoulders to the right. So the right hand will reach back, and the left arm can just cross over the right knee. That can be good enough. Or if you'd like, you can come into that bind. This side is a little less flexible, but listen to your body. We'll hold again. Engaging into the left foot, so keep it flexed. Unwind if you are holding onto a bind. Breathe in once more. And exhale, we'll unwind. Both hands behind you. Let's extend the right leg so it's nice and straight. We'll popcorn the knees. We'll just bend one knee and then the other. Point into both toes. Flex into the both toes. Point one, flex one. Switch sides. One more time. And switching sides. Very good. All right, let's bend into the knees. Let's cross the ankles and we'll come into tabletop. Hands go directly underneath the shoulders, and the knees directly underneath the hips. And we're going to do some variations of cat and cow. So go ahead, point into the tops of the toes, into the ground. Start opening up the fingertips as wide as possible, pretending there's a little pizza in between each finger. And with the knees nice and hip width apart. And same with the hands. When you're ready, we'll start to arch the back, drop the belly, lift the chin, breathe in through the nose. And the exhale will hollow chin to chest. Once more, inhale, arch. Exhale, hollow, and come onto the fingertips. Lower the hands so they're nice and flat. Inhale, arch, find your cow pose. And exhale this time, let's curl the toes. As you hollow through, find your cat pose. Go ahead, lift the knees off the ground. Finding your strength. Because you know you have it. Breathe in for one more inhale. Exhale, lower the knees. Point into the toes. And let's come into puppy pose. So extend the fingertips away. Forehead on the ground. Hold for just a breath in. And exhale, walk the hands back to tabletop. Cross the ankles. We'll come into a reverse tabletop, hands behind you. Feet will be hip width apart. Inhale, lift the hips up. Squeeze the glutes. Engage into the fingertips, engage into the feet. Exhale, lower with control. Go ahead, let's actually come into a little bit of a boat pose. So lifting the feet off the ground, hold, using your core. If you'd like to progress, go a little farther. You can lift the hands towards your feet. We'll hold here. And exhale, relax the hands and feet. Cross the ankles. Come back to your tabletop. Step the right foot back. And think of pressing your right heel down. So just kind of stretching through the Achilles. Being light on the hands. Engaging into the core. And when you're ready, lift the right foot off the ground and point the toes. A little bit of a balance. Think of extending the big toe as far away as you can. So we're finding nice length in the spine. And if you'd like, you can stay here or you can start to lift the left hand off the ground. And again, reaching the fingertips away, pulling in opposite directions. Find your balance. Hold. And release, left hand on the ground, lower the right knee down. Switching sides, step the left foot back, press your left heel down. Find that stretch, feels good. Especially if you walk a lot, like me. And when you're ready, you can lift your left foot and point. Don't let that right leg get lazy. Think of pressing your right foot down into the ground. And then when you're ready, you can, again, if you stay here, or lift that right hand up, creating a pencil from your right hand to your left foot. Just finding that extension. Big breath in. And exhale, lower the right hand down, lower the left knee down. Very good. Open the knees as wide as possible, as wide as your yoga mat. Go ahead, bring the big toes together, and let's melt together into a child's pose. Lowering the heart down. If you'd like to just keep the arms straight, go ahead and do so. But my preferred way of a child's pose is stacking the forearms on top of each other and resting the forehead on top of the wrist. It's like I'm creating my own prop, my own pillow. It just gives me an extra sense of comfort. So whatever works for you, find your child's pose. And go ahead and listen to your breath again. Start to extend your inhales and your exhales. Deepening your breath and allowing your breath to travel. So breathe all the way into your tailbone, into the back body. And with your exhale, just release and surrender. Whatever that may be or whatever that may mean to you. Taking a moment in our day to be vulnerable. Really, honestly, just enhances our own strength. So slowing down goes hand in hand with moving, and I don't even want to say kind of going fast, but you know what I mean. Rest is part of our recovery. There's no shame in the game. There's no better way to recover and to fully recharge than to just give ourselves the time and space to melt and just be soft with ourselves. Awesome. Go ahead, if your hands are stacked, go ahead and maybe extend the arms. If the arms are extended, just start walking the hands to the knees. We'll go ahead, we'll cross the ankles, so we'll come into a seated position. Same way as we started. Hands on top of the knees. Noticing how you're feeling. And just being aware, not making any conclusions, questioning, just noticing and being aware. That's all we're doing. Making friends with the voice inside of us, with just with the noise. Because that's really all it is. Take a nice full inhale through the nose and out the nose. Let's place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Right hand on the belly, left hand on the heart for me. And see if you can breathe into your right hand. Feeling the belly expand. And feeling it lower. Feeling it expand again. And just feeling that energy within. Knowing that we are fully capable of being attuned to where we're at, and when it's time to pause and to, again, just be soft. There's a lot of pressure as we grow older, a lot of responsibilities, priorities, things that pull our attention, pull our focus away from us, and all we're doing is taking time and refocusing that to ourselves and making it equally, and if anything, more important, to refuel and to recharge. Being compassionate and just patient with yourself. Forgive yourself if you need to. Love yourself because you deserve it 110%. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead, let's bring our hands to our heart. One of my favorite mudras. The hands on top of the heart, next to the heart more so. We'll get ready to take our final inhale of our practice today. And together we'll bring our thumbs to the center of our forehead, where we imagine our third eye to be. And to seal our practice, to end our flow with some love and gratitude, we'll take our best inhale so far of the day, of our practice. So take your time. When you're ready, take a full inhale through the nose. And release through the nose as you exhale. You can lower the hands somewhere that feels comforting, on the lap or on top of the knees. And you can stay here for as long as you need to, with the eyes closed. You can blink them open. Without rushing, just gently ease back into your day. Thank you guys for joining my practice today.